And welcome to episode 6.
Woo.
We have our longtime friend and been working with this guy forever, Keshawn.
One of my favorite people. Yeah. You are. Have I told you that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Whatever. He's lying.
Today we kind of got an audience with us today, so
know,
you might hear a little bit of chatter in the background. Bright Morning Star, the guys had a nice cookout today, and we've had it's been a good kind of like hangout day, so
I'm very
it's
full.
kind of an open studio today.
Like a mini reunion. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, but for how long have you been acting, and like what brought you into the acting realm?
My first acting gig was back in 2019. I was 20. I think I was 20.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I think I was 20. I was 20 years old playing a 16-year-old, which I think would probably be impossible to do today.
Was this what movie was it?
It was a film called Northgate.
Okay, I thought this was Ricky's film. I was like,
anybody?
you played that? Yeah, no.
You work with Ricky a lot, though, right?
Yeah, that's how we all met. Yeah, just like I met you
Small
through.
world.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ricky. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what's with no, it ain't Trap City. It was you was a high schooler at the party.
One More Dream.
One More Dream. Yeah.
One More Dream. Yeah.
Oh, I was on that.
Yeah.
A little bit towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was really. I was like, because I auditioned for the main role on that one.
I remember that.
And, he gave it to
David Brand. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, man, you did a good job. I still just want to, bring you in. That led to many other doors. Led me to you guys. And yeah. So I started back in 2019. Mm-hmm. It was something that I never just thought of doing on my own. Like my uncle kind of lives through me. Like, like you're my second chance.
Aww.
And he was saying that, like, you just got this look about you. You got a strong work ethic. So whatever you want to do, you're going to do it well.
And you do.
Yeah, I mean, you really do.
I'm just going to say this because I always tell you this, but ever since we ever worked together, you always take this extra dedication. Mm-hmm. I mean, and some of the producers I've worked with the day at the train yard, there's like, he's over there doing what? And I was like, he's in there rehearsing with himself, and you did it for hours. Yeah. And it's just one of these things that you're a very dedicated actor. I call you a friend, and you've always, it's one of the things I always try to get you in every project because you take that extra effort.
Yeah, super talented.
Very talented.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I really do. It means a lot because one thing I value about just you all and the company as in general is that there is no spectacle of what things are.
Yeah.
Like everything, there's rules, there's ground for everything just to be so open.
Yeah.
Like you even give us liberty to like express our creativeness is just through any outlet. And I remember like on the last project, the last chapter.
Yeah.
I would always just kind of get a little critical about what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like, because it was just such a layered character.
Your character had so many layers. And I kept thinking, I was like, Keshawn's one of these guys that's so dedicated. I was like, I think I'm going to break him this time because he had like the human element. He's playing an angel. He's a conflicted angel. He's got this kind of where he might fall almost. And I was like, oh man, I hope I don't break him because he had too many layers.
Well, how did you prepare for that role then?
I mean, I always kind of like try to equate what I'm doing to like something that's already there, like some sort of blueprint. Even if it's not the same type of movie, same type of film, just like some type of storyline. Because sometimes it's hard to see stuff that isn't like naturally a reality for you, or some stuff that might be greater than your way of thinking. So I watched a movie with Denzel Washington, The Preacher's Wife.
Yeah.
I watched that movie. It kind of gave me like just a general idea of the chivalry that an angel would have, like their mannerisms, their politeness. And their eagerness that they see in people, like when Yuri first came, can we talk?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
When Yuri first came back, like he was just like so happy to be here. Like some of his opening words is like, people take things for granted. Like, this is a beautiful place that you're in. You're not going to be here for long. Yeah. And it kind of just, that stuck with me the most. I think something you also told me is like, you ever felt like that you were mad that you overslept, but because you overslept, it saved you from getting in a bad accident.
Car accident, yeah.
And that was something that I stuck with too. Like, it's the things you don't see, it's the things you don't hear, the things that you don't notice.
And this kind of divine interference, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you talked a lot. He was one of the actors that he would just hit me up like, "Hey, I've got an idea about this." I'm like, "Dude, I love the way you're gonna go with that." Yeah.
But yeah, that that's just me in a nutshell. I don't like having things that I don't know about. So like I just always try to educate myself. My uncle, he was saying like, just do it. A week went by, I was like, no, I'm not feeling it. I never thought I was too cool to do it. It's just that wasn't my headspace at the moment. And then I say like a week or two later, he was like, just try it again. Like just hear me out. Like try it. Another week went by, and I was on Instagram checking my inboxes, and this guy hits me up. He's like, man, you look like this character. I really want you to play this character. Like, yeah, I just see you as this character. And I was like, you see me? Like, I don't, I was like, okay. He's like, okay, cool. If you're interested, I want you to do these sides. And I was like, what are sides? Like, you just want to see like the side of my face? Like, what is this? And I didn't know that was like an audition, like you just reading your scripts. And from there, 5 years ago, it's just been like change, like always growing, like something new, something different. Like, especially with you guys, like my first time working with a Oscar nominated actor, working with Vincent, working with everybody, just like, there's so much talent, so much dedication, so much community that you all just kind of like push.
Yeah, and I think also putting you with these guys too. Sometimes with some actors it scares me when I put them with somebody, and it's not like a bad thing. It's when you put like somebody like you that are able to adapt with somebody that's stronger or that's been out there longer. It makes the scene a whole lot better than sometimes you put somebody that's got like they only have their way of doing it. And you put them with somebody that's bigger, and you see this conflict. And I was just like, I always with you, always know I'm like, this guy, I can put him with the best of the best, and it's going to make the scene so much better. I can put him with even a bad actor, and you can pull it out of them. I've seen that as well too. So
That's hard to do.
It is, but
go you.
I think one of my conflictions, even with acting, is like, I don't know. I kind of, not saying I'm gonna beat myself up about it. It's just like, am I really giving the director like what they're looking for?
Yeah.
Because like, I think the more people that, in my opinion, the more people that you involve in a film, the more it kind of strays away from your vision. Yeah. Like, so you just have to give people objectives and hope that they kind of, whatever destination, whatever route they have to take to get through it, get there, that. So I always just thought like, am I like going in the right way, or am I like actually living out the character that they thought? Because audition is different from like an actual thing. Yeah. Like, 9 times out of 10, we don't even remember what we did in the audition. Yeah. It's just like, let me just try to do everything that I know in this for whatever, how long the audition is, 1 minute, whatever.
Yeah, like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Just that scene.
I just always, that was one of my conflictions. I guess that's why like one of my critical traits is overthinking or overdoing, just never trying to overact in any way.
Yeah. Just always. Do you think that kind of helps you in a way, like overthinking and like doing that?
Yeah, I think it does.
As long as my mind is wandering, as long as it's just like thinking and just like the gears are turning, because I don't never just want it to feel, okay, I have this memorized, I'm gonna show up and just do something. Yeah. Like that happens far too much, like with my peers and stuff. So I just like, I want to be able to feel something. Like when I watch shows like Sopranos or something, I'm like I really feel like that's him. I really feel like he's like an asshole or something.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Sometimes when you watch a show or a movie or something or anything, and you see this whole dedication, I mean, you get emotional. I mean, I've been there, and it's because these actors really became that character in a way. Yeah. And then sometimes you watch the same film or something, and you see these kind of really good scenes, and they are just, you can tell those actors probably showed up. They had their lines. They probably rehearsed them a little bit before. And
my gosh, in the car or like in the music. Or
just be like, let's run lines real quick. I've now done what I was supposed to do. And other than I've been doing my homework for months preparing for this.
Because when you come on set, you have this intensity, not like in a bad way at all, but you're just so focused, and I love it.
I think even to that degree, I think I try to be calculative of like what I'm gonna do or how I'm gonna deliver it, or like, and part of me think that's like a good thing. It's like 50-50 because like imagine if you're going on a date with a girl and it's like, I got Barry White playing. I've been expecting this for so long. She was like, you know what? I want to do something different. Like, what? Now I don't know what to do.
Yeah, because you've been preparing this whole time for this one way.
Yeah, so I just try to listen mainly. I just try to be receptive of what I'm hearing and just how I'm feeling. So I don't know. I just think that, it's just such a mental juggle. Yeah. Just acting. It's mentally draining. I think even to the degree of like you can win an Academy Award, right? Highest prestige of actor, and people not think that you're still the perfect piece of this puzzle. I think sometimes it's even hard for people to look past a headshot, which is why like I thank you for like the roles that you provided me with, because it's so each role is different from anything that I've ever done. Yeah, even like the roles that you gave me, each one is different from the last. And it's like I get to exercise my muscles. I get to exercise
and become a new character and work out something. Yeah, I get that.
What has been your favorite character, favorite role so far?
I like playing Yuri.
Yuri's an interesting character.
Yeah,
he played a lot of charters though.
Yeah,
I mean that's
more in depth. Yeah.
I think he was the most in depth character that I played. This character that I played named Jax, he was a hitman.
Okay.
And I got a battle scar from that one. I almost cut my finger off.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Was it a stunt?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even a stunt. It wasn't even
come back and do a stunt.
Yeah. But it wasn't even a stunt. He was just kind of like one of those characters that was like real brassful. Like just like his energy was just like attitudinal. Like, you know, you could feel his cockiness in a way, but it's like displeasing towards the next person. So like just even how he does like normal activity, he's gonna do it in a way to let you know like, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
You know, like so in the scene where I almost cut my finger off, I was eating an apple. And you know, like when you're eating food, sometimes they tell you don't eat the food because we only have so we had apples. It was just one apple I just kept using for takes. You know, sometimes the first few takes you're stuttering or, you know, you just pronounce your words sometimes. So like I'm just still digging in this apple. I take out I have throwing knives, like I'm armed to the teeth. Guns, throwing knives, fists, like I'm armed to the teeth. So I'm pulling out a throwing knife. I sit the apple on top of the throwing knife like a kebab or something. Then I take out another throwing knife. I peel it, eat it. Peel it, eat it. So we're on like the 5th take now. The throwing knives are so sharp, like to the teeth. Like if you poke yourself one, it's like you bleed. So brand new. I put the apple on there one last time and it cuts through the whole apple, cuts my finger open. And I'm just looking at it. Like, okay, it's not that bad. Then I turn my finger and like the cut opens like that.
Oh wow!
And blood just like pours out. I'm like, yeah, I'm bleeding. It's like cut. Oh my god! Everybody runs to the car, and I'm like,
that's kind of badass though. Now you have a little
wound. Little battle wound. Yeah.
It's not that. It doesn't look that bad, you know, because it heals.
They always bleed worse.
It does though. It's a big scar.
It's a pretty big scar. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think what I had to get like 8 stitches or something. Yeah.
God, you had to get stitches for it.
Yeah. Well, so like everything was closed. The movie was titled After Dusk, and we were literally filming it like 4:00 in the morning.
Oh wow.
You know, just really getting that. So everything is closed at that time. Like, and the director, she's like, "How was this closed again? Like a medic kit, whatever. What are they called?
Yeah.
I'm playing video games. I'm like, the kit.
Yeah. First aid kit.
First aid kit. Yeah. And she's like, "How was this close to getting one?" And I'm just looking. I'm really bleeding. So what I do is like, cause my character, he wore these gloves, like
pad gloves, kind of.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get a latex glove, put it on, tape my finger up. Then I open the glove. It's like, you ever blown in the glove? Like,
yeah.
It's just like the fingers is like filled up with blood. So I take it off. Blood just starts coming down.
You could
use
like, that for your character, right? Like,
I did. Like I was getting a little aggravated. I did get I got a Best Actor nomination out of that one.
Okay, yeah, hey, that well deserved. I gotta say so.
Brilliant.
Yeah. We used to joke about it on set. They was like, "This is your Leo moment," because you know in the Django, he hit his hand on the table and actually like cut his hand open,
and nobody knew what to do, and he just continued on. Yeah.
And I was like, I wish I did that. I just wish I just like nobody yelled cut. And I was like, see what you did? Back. Like, you know, just really reeled it back in. Cause it hurt, but it was just like adrenaline.
Yeah.
It don't usually hurt really till after when you're really when it's healing.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling.
So I would say, just to answer your question, Yuri and Jax are probably like my favorite out of the two that I played. Yeah.
I still think with anybody, you impress the shit out of me with that because you. I remember we had to do the burns and the at that. God, I can't remember that town. Oh, good.
I missed that movie though.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good movie as well. But I always liked that character you played because it's like you're all burned up, and then you had the comic book and all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that character too. I want to do a part 2 for that movie.
And I made the joke about that. I was like, I don't know, that would be kind of cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I always made the joke, and because I always like pick with Ricky, and I was like, that baby, is it a ghost baby or what? Because the dude's dead, and he just looked at me like, we're not making this a horror,
Yeah.
I'm like, it could easily
be
go
the
that
second
way.
one.
Yeah, the second one.
I always
do it.
thought that it could just progress towards like probably 4 or 5 years later, and then because my wife in the film, people get mad.
I was to be like your wife.
Yeah, people get mad in that movie when they say she proposed to him.
Yeah,
And it's like,
I remember with the red carpet, I was like, why is she proposing to him? I was like, I mean, that's how
I say, I guess he was that man.
What's wrong with that?
You open to that? You would do that?
Would I? No, but I mean, I've had a friend propose to her now husband, and I thought it worked for them, but I wouldn't do it. No.
I just always prided David, my character, on just being the man. He was
And it wasn't the man that day,
yeah.
right? He was just,
So you have been training. I've just been obsessed with like stunt training stuff. How long have you been doing that?
I would say a lot of it comes just from like
Because you work out a lot. You have like a 15-pack.
Well, he's also you're a fitness trainer as well, right? Yeah.
He actually trained me. I could not. I could
One day
not.
and it's over.
Pretty much. Like,
no,
I
it
couldn't
was
move.
pretty consistent. Like, what was it? 2 weeks?
Yeah. I don't know. He had me doing, I was like, I can't do this. He's like, you're doing good. I was like, no, I'm not. He had me doing push-ups, and I was like, this is not for me. But
It was tough. It was a tough circuit.
you didn't
but
hold back,
don't
did
be
you?
nice. Don't be
No.
nice. It was
it was
I'm
good.
just, I can't do it.
She was hard on herself.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Yeah. Because I wanted you to like do stunt stuff on.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
talking about.
next
She wants you to come back, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to bring out some mats.
very violent.
And she wants you to just like throw around. And, yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
You?
You want him to throw me around?
Yeah.
Oh, then you can throw me around. I'm used to that. Yeah.
Am I still going to have a job after that?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Allie's back there, and she's like volunteering.
Volunteering. Yeah, Ellie will do it. Yeah.
We'll just have a bunch of ladies.
Yeah, we'll just bring a bunch of women, okay?
Oh, this is turning into something else now.
Yeah, it is. Quick.
You just throw me around, okay? I used to do martial arts. I know how to roll out of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the word.
I don't
Yeah. I don't know. Allie threw me off with that girl. Sorry. No, that's great. I
That's
love
the
it.
joys of having our audience with us.
Yes,
today.
it's so great. Okay, we did challenge and roll. I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna do a John Wick character. Can we talk about your upcoming things?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I'm working on this film. I kind of told you
A little bit about it, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Alleged, and it's pretty much what I like to think of it as is like the main character is like a Robin Hood character, taken away from the rich, but not just necessarily the rich, but he's taken away from like people that are rich off crime.
Yeah.
And he's not giving it to nobody though. Like he's an asshole himself.
Okay.
Like he's just doing it just to be doing it, and he's doing it happily because it's bad people.
Yeah.
And my character is one that kind of subjects himself into this person, because like I see the path that he's headed down. It's an ugly path, crazy path. There's not much you can gain from that. Like you gotta have an end goal. And I'm like, look, Ricky, you're in here, you're doing this, making mistakes. You got to get out of here. So I'm like, I'm just helping him navigate through this journey.
Yeah.
And along the way, we kicking ass. We're not taking names because I guess we don't care. We're like, you're dead.
You're dead.
On to the
Okay,
next
move
one.
on, yeah.
Yeah. And just that's kind of what the stunt training thing. Like we've
that's
been
cool.
training for that one. Yeah. Which is I'm ready because I've been like trying to put some muscle on. I think
How do you
it's
go
time for
about
me.
that? Because you're vegan, right? Right. So tell people, how do you bulk up?
I would say for anybody that's interested in fitness and stuff, like it's always diet.
Yeah.
You want that to be the front runner of any progress that you're making.
That's what I've heard. The way to a six pack is a diet. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something more for me.
Yeah. Of course, if you trying to like put on size, you want that to be matched in protein. If you're looking to sustain yourself, fruits, healthy carbs, not like
Okay. I never thought
just-
about that.
Yeah, like just junks and chips and breads and stuff. with healthier carbs like fruit, watermelon, strawberry before a workout, after a workout.
Okay.
Fiber gets you a long way too.
Okay. Yeah.
It gives you like that energy throughout the day. Coffee kind of sustains, so you're not as hungry throughout the day. Just constantly snacking fruits, and it's kind of simple. The more you break it down, the easier it is. Like if you're like example if you weigh like 130 pounds, you want to weigh 150. You know, before 10 a.m., you just got to eat 30 grams of food, 30 grams of protein of like whatever that is for you. And then every 2 to 5 hours, just eating a little bit more. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, it could be like the simple snack.
I do that anyways, but not healthy.
Yeah, and there's a way to camouflage it. Like you can even like get some yogurt and just like mix some protein in it.
Okay, I didn't think about that.
Meal.
Yeah.
It's just simple. Yeah. But yeah, we're like in progress of like the stunt training.
You're doing like the gun katas. You're gonna be doing flips.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That'll be amazing. I think that sounds really cool.
I'm ready to see myself in some action.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I've been working hard.
I guess one of my last questions real quick is there a character that you haven't played yet that you would want to play?
Yes. I think every actor, especially for men, there's like a few roles that you have to play. Like every actor, every strong actor plays the military roles. They play like a sports role. Then they play the true story, like the biopic role. You gotta rob a bank. You gotta rob a bank, or at least be the cop. You know? You gotta be
rob a bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll write him in.
Robbing the bank.
I want to play a bad guy again, a notoriously bad figure. You like a drug dealer or something.
Okay.
I want to do that. I want to play a superhero. I got a few.
What would be your powers? I know. I never know. I'm like.
Yeah, I never know either.
Okay.
It would probably be somebody that's already established. One, I always liked Static Shock. Well, his real name is Shock, not Static, but that was the name of the show. He was one that kind of related towards, I guess you could say like cultural impacts within the community, because he was a black superhero, and he was one of the ones that were created by some of the earliest black comic book developers that got bought by Warner Brothers, and they kind of put him. He's like DC's version of Miles Morales.
Okay, yeah.
So hopefully they'll do more with him sometime soon. I know they're making some changes, but he was one of my favorite ones because he kind of had a message with the things that he was doing. He was one of my favorite ones. I also wanted to play Nova in the Marvel universe.
Okay.
Part of the Nova Corps.
Yeah.
They're kind of like tied to like the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're kind of like the Green Lanterns of Marvel.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a nerd. You guys have seen
No,
it.
I love it. I'm like,
yeah,
I didn't
you
know
got
you
two
were a
nerds here,
Marvel
so-
nerd.
Yeah.
I did kind of want to touch base with or going back to, you said your favorite comic book character and how it's written by the black community. How is it as a black actor and roles that are written for you? Like, do you think you read a script and you're like, this isn't relatable or it's not,
As a black actor, there are a lot of roles that are kind of stereotypical to what we do. Even though, I said that I wanted to play one, like a drug dealer.
Yeah.
But that's always
It's a stereotype,
stereotypical. But I think there are ways to kind of involve that to make it seem like, I'm not going to say like something positive because that's never positive.
Yeah.
But it's just ways to kind of get that involved without it being so deterrent towards the black community, because I don't want that, it's kind of like a positive and a negative, because you have a black actor in this limelight of success, he's here doing this, but also you don't want that to be something that we glorify. I feel like sometimes black culture glorifies the wrong things, like the worst parts of black culture. So it's kind of like a punch on the chin a little bit with that one.
Yeah.
And just a lot of roles too. There's been projects that I've received that it was just so stereotypical.
Yeah.
It was just so oh, he's an abuser, he's a cheater. Even though that happens in every culture, every race.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. The impact is a little bit tougher because I don't know. Sometimes it's expected from a black community.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there are more righteous parts or profiles that we could play.
Yeah.
And I figured that if I didn't align myself with that, because I've been typecast. I remember one time, which we were joking. We were on the tour. What is that thing called? The bus during Trap City.
Oh, kind of like the shuttle that we went in.
Yeah, the RV. I think.
Yeah, it was an RV.
Yeah. And I was like, man, like these last 4 movies I've done, I've just been dead. I'm like, he's like, well, you die good. I'm like, you're getting paid to die. You know, you don't have too much to worry about. And I was like, yeah, but I just feel like there's so much more. And like the things that he's dying for, the things that he's dying from.
Yeah.
What is it signifying?
Yeah.
And
well, he was a drug dealer on that one, wasn't he? The good, in a way, right?
I think the people I were tied to were.
Well, yeah.
So I was just like, that's just another death.
Yeah.
Like, this is somebody's reality too.
Yeah.
And then if you look at kind of something like The Sopranos, you know, it gets received differently from somebody like I don't know, like American Gangster.
Yeah.
Like, it's just I don't know, the integrity behind it. Like, it's just I don't know, culturally different.
Right.
Or like something like the Goodfellas or something like.
Yeah.
People give praise to those because it's
Italian mob. Yeah.
yeah, it's more of an embrace. But I just think for us, it's just like the standard.
Right. Do you write as well? Would you ever write a role or script or anything like for
I have.
yourself? And, yeah.
Yeah, I have. Sometimes it's been more situational. Sometimes it's been things that just whatever my creativity is towards that moment. Like, I've written one about a couple who take a wrong turn.
Yeah.
You know how young couples are. They kind of just carefree and like he's driving. He got her legs on her while she's driving. She's on her phone. He's just doing whatever, karaoke in the car.
Yeah.
They take a wrong turn, hit somebody, and now it's like characteristics start to come out. Because like, you know, when you're with somebody, you want to see like how they handle situations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like more revealing of who they are and what they would do in that moment. And it's like one person is overbearing, one person is under pressure.
Right.
And it's just kind of navigating, like, what do we do? What do we do? And he's like, well, I know tell you what we're not about to do. Like, you know, he's dead. Like, we got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
So I read something like that. I read stuff about a breakup. And it's not just a typical, like, you cheated type of thing. It's like
more depth.
Yeah, like, you know,
A
like,
lot deeper.
what was it about? Him not being in a place in life that's beneficial for the both of them. Like, you can weigh somebody down. Like, you can be an anchor to somebody. Like, you can hold somebody down, or you can hold somebody down from like where they're trying to go. Another one that I really want to play.
All over. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You had told me about it when we went to see Shotgun Charlie.
Valkyrie.
Yes.
That's one, and I'm trying to get funding for that. That is, I wrote that story about a friend of mine, and he's kind of like Saudi Arabian, and I always wanted to make the boxer black. And I was like, when I met you, I was like, this is my guy. So that's my Victor. So and I love that story. And I personally, I like to see how you would play somebody that's going through muscular dystrophy, like slowly, your whole body falling apart. You know.
Yeah, that's been like just ingrained.
Yeah, because you've always said, and I was like sitting in my mind, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, you know, I wonder if I should even bring up Valkyrie. And I was like, you talked about that for a while.
I fell in love with it as soon as you told me about it.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah.
I gotta rewrite it a little bit though.
Yeah, whenever that is just in the vault ready to go.
I'm always getting closer to funding that one. But.
Yeah, I'm ready for that one. I dealt with, I'm not going to say it being handicapped because I kind of feel like that's insensitive. But like 2 years ago, I had like tore every muscle like in my ankle all the way up towards the knee.
I remember that, yep.
And it was right in the middle. I was doing a stage play. And we had like 2 months left until like we hit the stage. And I couldn't walk. Like they improperly assessed my injury. I couldn't walk. And I'm like just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Like, is it a character change? Like, am I getting recast or is this getting rolled in? He's like, no, man, like, you know, like, things happen, but like, this is a tough spot. And I just remember all the troubles that I've had with just like driving, like just being frustrated that I couldn't do, like, I still, like 2 years later, I still have like issues. Like, it's hard swimming, it's hard riding a bike. Like, I can probably stand up from this chair and just hurt my ankle and it'll be hurting for like the next 3 days.
God.
Like, it's just, and I was like, man, like, just knowing somebody struggle just slowly losing feeling in their body.
And it don't come back too.
Yeah.
So.
Somebody did a challenge, not a challenge, but what was it? I can't remember what it was. She was like, place your hand on a table and try to raise a finger. That's what it feels like to be paralyzed. I don't remember how she did it, but she placed her hand on a table. I think she bent, what was it? I can't remember. She did something. Oh yeah, she took all of her fingers in and she said, raise your ring finger.
Oh yeah, that's
she's
tough.
like, that's what it feels like to be paralyzed.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, dang, that's like really tough. Like just not being able just to do something that you were so good at doing,
Right.
and just watching it like slowly slip away. And I was like, man, like even like those 2 months where I had to like reconstructure myself and like just be able to walk again.
Just take things for granted, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was depressing for sure. Like then I started getting the hang of it too. Like, I was like,
You
okay.
adapted, yeah.
Yeah, because at first I wasn't driving. I wasn't doing much of anything. But when I did, I had to like throw my legs like this. Let's say this is my right leg that I hit the gas with. I threw my left leg over, tucked my leg back, mashed on the gas, and like
Oh my
people would
God.
see me like my car was skirt off, and like people would see me, they just see me like jerk back. I'm like, sorry, I just can't. It was hard to do. I would fall all the time. Like,
No.
yeah, I would just like, I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
It was real hard.
How long did it take for you to recover?
I had to rush through my physical therapy because of the stage play. So like,
Okay.
he's like, we're gonna push you, but this is gonna come with an asterisk by the recovery.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was 2 years ago, and
Okay.
like, even like a small game of basketball, like pickup basketball, I have like a 75% chance of like hurting myself again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oof.
Yeah. So it's just that's tough. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's tough.
That is tough.
But
The only thing I've ever done was like break my pinky, and I did it in a stupid way. I don't want to share, but
you gotta share.
it was stupid.
What you do?
You opened the door.
Yeah, I guess I did. I was doing box jumps, and my pinky like got caught when I jumped up, and it went all the way back and like just broke my hand. But I was still like serving and doing all that stuff. But I mean,
Dang.
it's not the same at all. I was just thinking like, what
Nah,
did I
I
break
mean-
or what I did, Yeah. Use my
That
hand.
I can see that though, like just jumping and.
No, I'm just clumsy. I'm just my limbs. I'm always just
I think it's a
It's
certain
stupid.
point and throughout the year, probably like 3 times a year, I just feel like my equilibrium is just like thrown off.
Yeah.
Like I'm just the
I am
clumsiest.
clumsy all the time.
Yeah. Hitting my head, whatever.
No, don't do that.
But, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I don't have any questions. Do you have any more?
No, I want to bring you back, man.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
we
one
are going
day-
to come back because
Yeah.
I'm not going to shut up about the stunt thing. Just
Oh, yeah,
like,
we're gonna make that
throw
happen.
her.
I guess you have to throw
We'll
me
have
around or
Allie.
something.
We'll have Allie instead.
She wouldn't mind you being thrown. Yeah,
Yeah.
she wouldn't mind being thrown around. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being on. We love you.
Yeah.
You're so
It
talented.
was a long time.
Yeah,
long
bro.
time. We was trying this for a long time.
Yeah,
I know.
we finally made it happen.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Bye.